Welcome to Worth Your Time with your hosts from the nationally syndicated Bob and Tom Show, Kristi Lee, and the president and CEO of the Indianapolis Zoo, Dr. Rob Shumaker. Our mission to inform, entertain, and educate with guests from all aspects of life. We guarantee there isn't another podcast that features two hosts with such different backgrounds and discussions with remarkable people doing exceptional things. So let's get started. Here are your hosts, Kristi Lee and Dr. Rob Shumaker.
Hi, welcome everyone to Worth Your Time. I'm Kristi Lee along with Dr. Rob Shumaker.
I'm here.
Is that better? He made me start over.
When you started over, she forgot my name.
I did not forget your name. I said it right off the top.
It happened.
We're going to fight
It
already.
happens.
We have a guest. We can't fight in front of guests. We have a very special guest with us this week. He's one of my favorites. I've known him for quite a while. Singer, songwriter, painter, boxer. It just goes on. And just the sweetest man, one of the sweetest men I've ever known in my entire life, besides you.
Thank you.
And it is Paul Thorn joining us from Tupelo, Mississippi.
And I will tell you the truth. You introduced me to his music now. And thank you for that, because there is no music that I like better than a beautiful voice with acoustic accompaniment, especially strings. Just drives me crazy. What a phenomenal talent and voice. So thank you for introducing me to our guest today, Paul Thorn.
You're welcome, Paul. Say hi to Rob. Rob, this is Paul.
Hello, everybody. Y'all doing okay?
We're doing
good now. We're
Yeah.
good now.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for the inflated build up. I appreciate it.
Well, you're worth it. You are such a talent, and we've known each other for quite a while. And I know know a lot of your stories, but our listeners and Dr. Rob haven't been privy.
I do not.
You are a very interesting man, Mr. Thorn. You grew up in Tupelo, Mississippi. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So Tupelo's
Birthplace of Elvis.
in your current home now, right?
That's where yes, ma'am. Still living in Tupelo.
And your father was a Pentecostal minister.
Correct.
And I don't want to continue to do this. You need to tell your stories. But how did you start singing? Was it in the church?
Yeah, I started singing in the church. You know, when I grew up in the type of churches called Holiness, where they shout and they speak in tongues and they run around the building, and the Holy Ghost falls down on them and they speak in tongues, and the music is really good in those types of churches. It was kind of like rockabilly gospel in a way.
And I also read somewhere during this time when you were a youngster, can you tell us a little bit about your dabbling in ventriloquism?
I love that so much.
There was a lady that came to our church when I was about 10 years old. Her name was Sister Geraldine, and her ministry was she had a ventriloquist doll named Ricky who sat in her lap, and she would tell us kids about Jesus, and Ricky would sing songs, and he was this amazing dummy. And they did a revival at our church, and after that revival, I became obsessed with wanting to be a ventriloquist, and my mother got me a Danny O'Day ventriloquist doll for Christmas, which I still have.
Wow!
And I got at one time I thought when I was about 10 years old I was going to be the world's greatest ventriloquist. Yeah, that was my original dream, and it didn't come true because I couldn't do the B. I couldn't say the letter B's because you could see my lips move on the B's. I had trouble with the B's.
Brought down by the B.
So was your dummy's name Danny, or did you give him another name?
No, he came out of the box. His name was Danny O'Day.
Okay.
Danny O'Day, and I still got him.
All right.
Still got him. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I don't know what happened, but when I was a kid, my mom gave me a Charlie McCarthy doll.
Really?
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I still have it. It's packed
Did you
away.
throw your voice ever?
No, I could never do it.
Oh.
But I just enjoyed him. I thought he was great. But I could never do it. I've always been fascinated by ventriloquists.
Me too.
Phenomenal.
I don't know how they do it.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's not. I just like I said, it's a skill set you definitely got to have that I don't have.
Well, how was Geraldine? Was she good at it?
Oh yeah, she was real good at it.
Oh.
Like a lot of women, she knows. She just. I said like a lot of women didn't have nothing to back it up with.
I was gonna say, well, I haven't thrown my voice ever.
Yeah, like a lot of women. No, I forgot what the question was.
Well, I said, was she good at ventriloquism? And
Oh yeah.
well, she must have been.
Yeah, she got it. She made it on to national television. She was on the Bill Gaither Gospel Hour.
Oh,
It's the
wow.
biggest gospel. It's the biggest gospel music show in the world.
Oh yeah.
Geraldine and Ricky were on that.
Ricky saved a lot of souls.
Strangely, about 2 weeks ago, I was doing a show, and I sang that song I wrote, Geraldine and Ricky, and out of the blue, turns out Geraldine's son was in the audience.
Wow.
Cool.
And had never heard of me, had never heard of my song, the Geraldine and Ricky song. And anyway, so to make a long story short, if something, he says he's gonna send me something in the mail within the next week, and I don't want to get my hopes up, but I'm thinking it might be Ricky.
No, wouldn't that be great?
Oh my God!
Ricky and Danny back together again.
Yes.
Well, Danny hadn't had nobody to talk to in 45 years, man. He'd have been sitting in a suitcase,
Aw.
You just got to
have a buddy.
all the words without B's, and you're in good shape.
And Geraldine and Ricky,
Yeah.
I'm going to do a plug here, is on your new album, Life is Just a Vapor. So for folks that want, we're not going to play that song. We're going to play a couple songs from that album, but we're not going to play that one. But we'll tease it. That way people want to listen.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope he sends you Ricky.
Yeah.
Either that or he's going to sue you for making a song about
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm kidding.
We'll see. I don't want to get my hopes up, but if so, I've actually got a good home for Ricky.
Yeah. Oh,
I do. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Him and Danny, they'll be able to sit. Yeah. They'll be able to sit on the shade. They'll be able to sit under the shade tree together, Danny and Ricky.
You could bring them on the road. They could sit on your amp or something. It would be very cute. My band members.
I've already thought of all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's fast forward a little bit past when you were 10.
Well, hey, wait. I want to ask: is it true that you started singing at 3?
Yeah. I started singing in church. I had ability to sing when I was just really little. Everybody in my family is pretty talented musically, and we all catch on to music pretty quick.
Do you have a big family, Paul? I've never asked you that.
I have 3 sisters, mother and a father. That's my immediate family. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And,
did you have a band together, like the Thorn family band?
Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we all played together, but we wasn't a traveling band per se. But
gotcha.
We just sang it. We sang in church, and but it wasn't ever a touring band kind of thing. We just sang there at the church.
Have you ever put your sisters on your records?
Oh yeah.
Oh cool.
Yeah, my sisters sang a couple of my records. One of them sadly passed away though a few years back, and the 2 oldest ones were identical twins, and one of the twins passed away. Cancer got her. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry for that. That's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, well, darn. You're too young for that to happen. Darn. Okay.
Well,
let's change the subject. Now, where do we go from here?
Well, starting at 3, and then ventriloquism. And
yes. And then he started boxing. Yes. I didn't. And, I've always said, Tom always brings up the same story because he fought Roberto Duran. We all know that by now. But how was your record before you fought Duran? Because you were a professional boxer.
Yeah, I had when I fought Duran, I had my record at that time. I had 13 wins and 2 losses as a professional.
Oh, that's great.
I had lots of more fights than that, but professional fights, I was 13 and 2, and I can't remember if it was 12 or 13 and 2, one or the other. We'll go with the one that sounds the best, 13 and 2.
Okay.
And, but I was, I had won a lot of fights. You don't just get to walk in the ring with Roberto Duran. You got to have some credentials.
Yeah.
Period.
And I won a lot of fights and got to get on television and fight against one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. And I always heard stories about his punching power, and which he could hit hard, but there's guys in your local bar that can hit hard. What made him special was he was incredibly hard to hit. His ability to move his head and stay out of the way of punches, that was what his gift was, man, because he was just so hard to hit. It was like I can't even explain it. It's like he had magic. He had some sort of a magic. He just knew what I was going to do before I did it. It was a tremendous, like people like, Michael Jordan had that gift. The Tiger Woods. Certain athletes have a gift, and the gift is all of them, all those great champions. The gift they all have is the ability to completely relax under extreme pressure.
Interesting.
That's what separates the champions from the contenders, man. The ones that can stay calm under harsh conditions. And then in boxing ring, harsh conditions is defined as there's raining punches down on your head.
Yeah, that'd be harsh on my end.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, explain to Rob how that fight went for you, because I don't think he's heard the story.
I've not.
Yeah.
The fight was scheduled for 10 rounds, and I fought him hard as I could for 6 rounds. And when I sat on my stool between the 6th and the 7th, I had a horrific cut, and I couldn't see. The blood was getting my eyes and stuff. And so the doctor stopped the fight between the 6th and the 7th. But I got some punches in, and I busted Duran's eye open, and I'm real happy about that.
There you go.
Wow.
And and we both had to ride to the hospital in the same ambulance.
Wow.
He was laying on one side, and I was laying on the other. And I had a few fights. After I fought Duran. I think I had 3 more fights after I fought Duran, and they were not the guys. The last 3 fights I had I wasn't fighting Roberto Duran type fighters. I was, they were lesser opposition. But the thing that I realized, even though I won them last 3 fights, I didn't have that little extra something that it takes to be a world champion. And in a sport like boxing, unless you can be a champion, there's no really good reason for you to stay in it too long.
Yeah, you want to have all your scruples. Yeah.
That's right. I walked away from boxing with all my faculties.
I like that.
And I've had naysayers a couple of times say, "Paul, why did you quit boxing?" And I tell them, you know what? I said, I didn't quit boxing. I took it as far as I could take it. There's a difference.
Very good.
There's a big difference. I took it as far as I could take it. I got to the mountaintop, but I couldn't breathe that air up there, man. Them champs I was talking about, when my heart was beating out of my chest, they looked completely calm. There was a difference between me and them.
Well, and you're such a sweet soul. I can't imagine you hitting anything.
Yeah, I can hit. I can still every morning when I'm home, I go down there and in the morning I punch my punching bag, and when I'm punching that bag, I look like a world champion. But that bag don't hit back. That I look, I
But
look
where
good
did
on
that
that bag, but
where did that come from? Where did that desire to
where,
box come from?
my uncle was a boxer, and my uncle was also a pimp when I was growing up, and
Oh.
he made his living with females. You know, he was a pimp.
Mm-hmm.
He had prostitutes, and he was also my boxing trainer. And so I had a very colorful,
But you had nice looking
very
ring girls,
colorful.
though.
Yeah, yeah. We
So-
actually used to have it's funny you should say, 'cause when I was boxing, we would have ring girl card auditions.
Oh yeah.
And it was nothing but us taking advantage of whatever little power we had, just so we could see girls walking around in bikinis, you know.
Well,
So
in a
how,
hotel room that they actually charge you by the hour at this hotel, by the way. Yeah.
so how was it to have? Wait, was this your father's brother, the uncle?
That's correct. Yeah.
So how was it to have the two brothers? One's a Pentecostal minister and the other one's a pimp. How'd that go?
Well, it went as good as it could. But yeah, when my uncle got out of the Vietnam War, he disappeared for 10 years, and we thought he was dead. We didn't know what happened to him. And then one day out of the blue, he called and said he was out in California. And to make a long story short, he had been out there pimping, doing drugs. He did 18 months in San Quentin, and then one of his women. I'm only saying this word because that's the word he always said. This bitch, one of his bitches, got pregnant, and when the baby was born, he took the baby and came back to the South where we were. Hadn't seen him in 10 years. And he had a little girl with him when he came back. And there was a little kid, me, who didn't have a whole lot going on and was mesmerized by a pimp uncle that just came out back from California.
yeah.
He became like a mentor to me, and he started teaching me how to box. And next thing you know, I was on national TV, fighting Roberto Duran.
So I want to ask you one more question about Roberto Duran, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing when you said you were both in the same ambulance after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And how does that work between two boxers? Do you step out of the ring and then just see each other as professionals or colleagues, or is there something else happening when you got to face an opponent like that?
For me, in that scenario, in particular, it was the ultimate. Everything I did to Duran, I have nothing but hero worship for Roberto Duran, and there's mutual respect mostly between fighters. A lot of time when you see guys, getting in fights before the fight at the weigh-in and stuff, most of that's just a put on. It's not really even real. It's not even really real. But at the end of a fight, when two guys have given all they had, win or lose, there's a camaraderie that is undefinable. It's almost like you become brothers after that. Even if you won or you lost, there's a feeling amongst all the fighters. It's mutual respect, because if you've never had to walk to the ring, you can't even imagine how scary it is. You're sitting back in your dressing room, and you hear the crowd roar, and then all of a sudden they say it's time to come down the aisle, and you walk down the aisle, and you've got your entourage around you, and they're all patting you on the back and saying, "We got this," and I'm like, "What? Where you get this wee shit at?" And then you get in the ring, and then at some point, everybody gets out of the ring except you and one other person, and that person has practiced for months on how to knock you unconscious.
Yeah, that's
boxing.
stressful. Yeah. So how do you compare that? I'm sorry. How do you compare that to
No.
walking out to do a show now? Is there a
There is
similar
no comparison.
Is there a similar
No,
feeling
there's
at all?
nope. The one thing I know is when I go out on stage, I'm not nervous mainly because I'm prepared. If you do your show and you ain't prepared, you're gonna fumble and bumble, you know. But no, it's not anything similar because I feel completely relaxed on the
Because
stage
you're a
with my
champion
guitar.
on stage. Yeah,
That's not for me to say,
I'm
but those
saying it.
are the characteristics of champions.
Yeah.
They all have the ability to relax. You know, you watch a football player like Tom Brady. You know, when he gets that ball, he just when he goes back, he's just so smooth and so effortless, and that's why he's Tom Brady. You know.
Yeah. I'm going to take a pause right here, and we're going to kind of tie this all together with a song. We're going to play a song called Joni the Jehovah Witness Stripper, because I think it kind of fits into what we've been talking about with pimps and stuff. And this is one of the great things about Paul Thorn. If you're not familiar with his music, he can do a song that'll break your heart, and then the next minute you're rolling on the ground laughing. It's just the best. And I think this particular song is more on the lighter side. I don't want anybody crying yet, but if you'll indulge us, Paul, could we play that right now?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's that song is about a real person that still exists in my life.
Okay. Do you want to give any other hints to what the song's about before?
No, really. It'll speak for itself.
Okay.
All right, let's hear it.
She drives a new car, wears expensive blouses. She tells her mama she's cleaning houses. She goes out witnessing, doing the Lord's work all week. But on the weekend, she's making ends meet. Joni, the Jehovah Witness stripper, put $1 in her G-string and she'll deliver. If her daddy only knew, he'd probably kill her. Joni, the Jehovah Witness stripper. One night down at the club, her daddy walked in. He didn't recognize his daughter dancing. She wore a blonde wig, he had sunglasses. When she got naked, he started clapping. For Joni, the Jehovah Witness stripper, put $1 in her G-string and she'll deliver. If her daddy only knew, he'd probably kill her. Joni, the Jehovah Witness stripper. If you ask her why she does it, she looks at it this way. She says, I'm counting my blessings every night when I get paid. She once lived in poverty and now everything's alright. The Lord showed her how to make $1,000 a night. Joni, the Jehovah Witness stripper, put $1 in her G-string and she'll deliver. If her daddy only knew, he'd probably kill her. Joni, the Jehovah Witness stripper. Joni, the Jehovah Witness
Okay, Paul, do you have any thoughts about that song that you want to share with us now that we've heard it?
Tell us about Joni.
Well, she's just a girl that lived in my neighborhood, and her family was all Jehovah's Witness. And when she left home and got a job working in a convenience store, she couldn't pay her bills. So she came over to my trailer one night and was asking me how she could make some extra money. And I gave her some advice, and she took it. And she's living life. And she got out of debt, and she even started thriving in life. Yeah. She went from surviving to thriving.
Yeah. And you got a song out of it.
Yes, I did.
That's great. That's awesome.
It's kind of, yeah.
Okay, so you've gone, okay, we're done with the boxing career. We're going to come back with your musical career. We're going to talk more about that, how you were discovered and how things progressed for you after your stint in the boxing ring. Did you have a plan B if this boxing thing didn't work out? I mean, how far did you think you could take it?
Not really. I mean, I always had music. I had been writing songs all the way through everything else was going on. I always kept on writing songs, but I didn't have any plan at all. It's just things started happening.
That's great.
Paul, we would love to talk about how you got discovered. Man, you've worked with some incredible people like Sting.
Yep.
And you're on tour right now around the country. We want to talk about some of your tour dates. But we take a quick break, and then we want to come back and talk about.
And we also have to hear about John Prine, because we love John Prine so much. And I know you did too. Yeah.
John Prine.
Okay.
So we'll come back and talk a little bit more. And that'll be our next episode.
Yep.
Airing on the 15th.
And we're also going to play some music from his brand new collection.
On the way out?
Yeah, called Life is Just a Vapor. We could play a song off of that right now and then come back and talk more about this album and a bunch of other things.
What song are we playing?
We're going to play Wait.
Oh, Wait's a good one.
Yes, Wait's a very good one. So we'll do that. You listen and then come back and join us on the 15th for episode 2.
I saw you on Tinder, I read your profile. A middle-aged waitress, divorced with a child. You said you wasn't looking for a one-night stand. You're searching for a lover that's got a slow hand. Don't do it all on the first date. Leave a little something on the plate. Don't do it all on the first date. Wait. We sat down at the table. It was understood that 2 for $20 coupon was still good. The conversation flowed, the chicken got cold. We both agreed Jackson Brown finally looks old. Don't do it all on the first date. Leave a little something on the plate. Don't do it all on the first date. Yeah, wait. I took you to a movie. We got some popcorn. We cried at the end of A Star Is Born. I put my arm around you. You kissed me on the cheek. My heart started racing and my knees got weak. Don't do it all on the first date. Yeah, leave a little something on the plate. Don't do it all on the first date. Wait. On the way home, I tried second base. A slap on the jaw, put me in my place. She told me, slow down, you're moving too fast. If you want the kind of love that will last, don't do it all on the first date. Yeah, leave a little something on the plate. Don't do it all on the first date. Wait.
You've been listening to Worth Your Time with Dr. Rob Shumaker and Kristi Lee. If you like what you hear, please give a review wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to tell your friends. Word of mouth is the best compliment. Thanks to our producers, Chris Spangle of Leaders and Legends, LLC. You can reach him at leadersandlegends.net. Also, thanks to Sophie Ritz. I'm Christopher Geisen. Thanks for joining us.